Well, it's Friday morning here. I still got until Tuesday and then a week after that, so I still got some time here. Well, I sent my attorney several questions this week, and he replied back. This is my attorney I hired for the K-1 visa. Looks like the attorney is going to do all the paperwork. That's pretty good. I was thinking, like last time when I did this, I hired a lawyer. They just did the filing, and that was it. They didn't do anything beyond that. So this time I asked the lawyer, I said, because I was expecting it's the same way. It's not, and I'm glad. Damn. So I asked him, I said, we're entering the third month. This is the previous email to the one I'll get back to that. Earlier this week, I sent him an email saying, we're entering the third month of the waiting. Usually it's 4 months now. Last year it was only 1 month. So somehow they got backed up. So now they're servicing petitions. The government is servicing petitions that were filed around April of this year. When I filed the petition back in August, or actually, let's go back to when I first met her here in June. When I was looking at the processing dates, they were doing applicants in October, petitions that were filed in October of 2016. And then I was looking at the timelines from the time you get the letter of receipt to the letter of approval was taking about a month. Well, I had to wait on some paperwork to come from the Houston courts all through July, and then August it was filed. Attorney was hired in July. Paperwork was finished in end of July. Sent to the lawyer. Lawyer sent it out. August 7th is our NOA1. That's the letter of receipt. Well, somehow between June and August, the USCIS, which is the visa process K1, where your petition goes to, got backlogged to like 3 to 4 months. And I think it's gotten even a little bit worse than that since then, because there's some June filers, or July. There's some people that filed in July that were supposed to get their NOA2 in October and didn't get it yet. I got to look on the board and find out if anybody got their NOA2. But anyway, so I asked the lawyer about that. I said, we're 3 months into our waiting for NOA2. We're supposed to get it in December. He said currently they're working on petitions that were filed in April. Okay, so you add up the time. But if you add up the time from August to when I filed to now, and from when I looked then, when I filed the timelines, they were doing petitions in December. So they're doing average 2 months per 1 month wait. So I'm thinking December, January, end of December, first part of January, we'll get the NOA2. And then I asked the lawyer, because, well, I said, she's getting kind of stressed out here. Can she break her contract and go to the Philippines? He said that may cause a delay, so we changed our mind on that. We're not going to send her to the Philippines. She's not going to go to the Philippines. So we're just going to wait here, or wait for the process here. So then I replied back. I said, okay, so what happens after NOA2? I said, I've noticed already things have changed since the last time I did it back in about 12, 13 years ago. He said, once the NOA2 is approved, I should get a letter. He goes, sometimes they don't send that to the lawyer to let him know. The reason why to let him know is because that's part of my contract with him is upon approval, I send him another $1,000. And then once that happens, he files all the paperwork for her. He files for her visa. He files her DS 160 form or 190 form, whatever that form. It's a DS something. He does all that, and he schedules her appointment. All she has to do is just go pay to get a medical exam, and she don't even get to look at that. It's in a sealed folder. That medical exam, she takes that to the interview because they'll ask. They'll say, "Do you have your medical exam?" And then they'll see it. It's sealed, and then she takes that, gives that to the U.S. immigration when we go into immigration. And then I asked him. I said, "Well, after the interview, how long does it take to get the visa?" He said, "Up to about 14 days, so 2 weeks." So I'm like, "Damn, it's not 3 to 5 days like I was hoping." Because I just want to get the visa, get out of here. So it's 14 days. So we got to adjust our plan around that when we leave. But that's the K1 visa update. So far, today is November 3rd. November 7th is our 3 months between NOA1 and NOA2. This NOA is Notice of Action. Notice of Action 1 is your receipt, when the government received your petition. NOA2 is when the government approves your petition for the K1, which means proves my right or my application to approve to let her file for her visa. She can't just file for a K1 visa on her own. She needs she needs me to do that because I'm the U.S. citizen and I'm the one filing to bring a fiancé to the USA. So she just can't go down and apply for a visa. She has to I have to get approval first. Then once that's approved, then she could apply for the visa. But if we didn't have a lawyer, she would have to apply for it and all that. But since I hired a lawyer, the lawyer does all that. He does all that. So all she got to do is get a medical exam, take all her evidence of our relationship with her, photographs. She's got 2 folders. When I come here on the 3rd trip, or the 4th trip, I'm on the 3rd trip now. When I come on the 4th trip, she'll have a 3rd folder from photographs and evidence of this trip. My plane tickets to and from. So she'll have all that. She'll take that to an interview, and then they'll say, "Oh, okay, all right, blah, 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 blah." Ask her 1 or 2 questions. That's it. We're done. So, and I believe at that point when the notice of action 2 comes, that's when I do the employment or proof of income, which I got to work around that because I'm self-employed. So I'm going to file my taxes sometime in January and then create a company letterhead. And that's it. So when I get back, I got to do some work around. I got to get a P.O. box, all that. Get my business totally done. But anyway, that's NOA2 or K1 update. And can't wait to get her out of this hellhole. It's crap here, man. It's crap. Almost got in a fight with a taxi driver last night. But anyway, peace out.